An interim order till Friday. They have issued notices to Uttar Pradesh as well as Uttarakhand and other states, Delhi, Madhya Pradesh, and all those states which pertain to this entire issue, as the Supreme Court kept asking who is appearing for the state of Uttar Pradesh. And as Dr. Singhvi and his other counterpart kept arguing in the case, nobody came forward to respond on this matter. Then Justice Harikesh as well as Justice Bhatti talking about their own experiences, passing this interim order, saying that no eatery can be forced, the owner or the employees, to be asked to put these conditions that have been put, for example, by the Muzaffarnagar police, where they have asked mandatory to disclose their names as well as the owner of the itinerary. It's apparently supposed to be voluntary, but there has been no clear clarification. It's just like Aadhaar is voluntary. In the same manner, the Uttar Pradesh government as well as the Uttar Pradesh police have said it is voluntary. But as we have seen all along the road, it has now become and the route mandatory for these fruit sellers, for these eateries to put this out. And it's in that directive that the Supreme Court believes that this infringes on the fundamental rights of exclusion, and that is why they have given interim protection and made it clear that this practice cannot be followed. They will hear the states and their versions on Friday. They have issued notices. Until then, this is an interim protection and a directive clearly saying that this is unacceptable at this present juncture.
Thank you so much for getting us the very latest. Of course, this is as far as that route is concerned. So this is a rule that was being followed, like Sunil mentioned, of a particular eatery in a particular area, which others started to follow suit in regard to information being put out as far as the person who's serving, the owner of the restaurant, labeling the restaurant right outside. Sunil, a huge relief for those eateries and the people along this path. This has never been a problem before, is what was being said in the Supreme Court. The petitioner said that this is what it's really doing, is it's creating a division and not like it's sort of clearing out any sort of confusion.
You raise a very valid and very important point, something that was said by the petitioners themselves, that for time immemorial you have been having people going through this route. Never before have you tried to exclude, have you tried to make an identity of a certain person, a certain community for that matter. And it's in that context that, even the Justice Bhatti pointed out that there was a place of vegetarian restaurant run by a Muslim. And I went there only because of its hygiene and its safety concerns. And that's the reason for why I visited it, even though they were, giving food in this direction. So as you rightly point out, for time immemorial, there have been the Kavariyas who have been going right across the state of Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, various parts of northern India. And there has never been such kind of a notice. The Uttar Pradesh police as well as the Uttar Pradesh government in the best, and they weren't present today, so we don't know their reasoning and what is the basis on which they issued this order and made it mandatory for various eateries, for fruit sellers, for various other people to start giving their names. It's in that context now that this has created a new flashpoint, not only politically, as we saw with the NDA allies themselves, from Jayant Chaudhary to Prafull Patel from the NCP to others asking questions, but the Supreme Court itself now issuing a notice to the Uttar Pradesh police as well as to the Uttarakhand, as well as staying this directive, which is really a piece of paper which has been tweeted out. It says voluntary, but has now become mandatory. But a very, very important decision of the Supreme Court, which will have far-reaching implications. Really, we should avoid politics of the food, politics of identity. After all, India, as the petitioners were pointed out, is inclusive, And this exclusion by identity is something which goes against the fundamentals of the constitution which our founding fathers had laid out.